the first official sighting. Remember, Jack Grealish made his debut after his big money move a year ago at Wembley in the Community Shield against Leicester. Erling Haaland. The family have said it's Haaland outside of Norway. It's Haaland in Norway. To get that clear at the start, I'm sure many of you will expect the opposite of what we say, but we're going with Haaland, Stuart, aren't we?
Well, we have to today, as we are outside his native Norway.
Craig Pawson, very much in his native England. And the players take the knee, which will be continuing this season as a message against all acts of racism, whether in a football stadium or without. And Rodri wins an early header, helped on by Bernardo Silva, slightly misjudged by Virgil van Dijk. Now Fabinho. Luis Diaz, supported by Andrew Robertson. Such a familiar cast here, with one or two exceptions, of course, but even the likes of Haaland are extremely well known. They're new to the English scene, although not to England, where he was born. And here's Thiago winding up one. It was blocked by Rodri. Adriana's hardly featured over the last 12 months or so for Liverpool, but Alisson's not that far away. They think he'll play in the opening league game against Fulham in a week's time. Kevin Kelleher was the hero of the League Cup win against Chelsea. The start of the year, and then the FA Cup win against the same opponents, same outcome. Alisson is no novice, that's for sure, but he asked a little bit more than Matic could manage then.
Yeah, not a great throw-in. Not much on, really, for Matic when it went back to him. Saw Fabinho saying to Matic he should have played it forward rather than going square to the goalkeeper.
Here's Fabinho. Right, doesn't caught the early interview with James Milner saying how well Luis Diaz settled in. He must think English game is very straightforward. I'm sure he's going to have a few bumps in his particular road, but it was a fine start. I think it's helped Jurgen Klopp deal with the situation when Sadio Mane came in to see him and said, I want to move. And here's Salah, who's certainly moving in his distinctive style here. And here's Diaz. Luis Diaz, blocked by Ruben Diaz.
He's not frightened to go infield, Luis Diaz. It's a good break down that right-hand side from Mo Salah. Early cross from Henderson, not dealt with particularly well by Rodri. Yes, with the block.
There is already an encouraging tempo to this.
We've had some very warm days in England. This hasn't been the warmest of those days.
Here's De Bruyne trying to put the heat on Liverpool. Haaland, of course, is very much a number 9. But let's not dwell on him, because Salah's got the ball. Salah is in, and Salah hits the netting, but on the outside. But again, already 3 minutes, and we're back in business here.
Yeah, what a cross-field pass this is. Manchester City trying to hold a high line. Cancelo, we've only been playing, as you mentioned, 3 minutes. Already he's been caught out on 2 or 3 occasions. Here he doesn't defend it in a 1v1 position against Salah. Tries to toe poke it into that near post. Good start from Liverpool.
Time for De Bruyne to turn. The options certainly is the kind of pass that Haaland can thrive on. Thiago interrupts the next attempt to try and find the Norwegian.
Liverpool's back line was all over the place there. Had he got that pass through, Haaland was cleaning through on goal. Alexander-Arnold was playing everybody onside. The other 3 tried to step up. De Bruyne, for once, didn't quite find the right pass.
It's over Erling Haaland. Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp have a great rivalry. In fact, Klopp just shading it by 10 wins to 9. They've seen plenty of each other over the time that they've been in England. Kevin De Bruyne, incidentally, is the only player left that Guardiola inherited when he came into the Premier League. Signed the likes of John Stones pretty soon after his arrival, but De Bruyne was actually there at the Etihad and he took the job. A great turnover. I call it the circle of life. Incidentally, for Gabriel Jesus fans, if you haven't heard the news, he scored a hat-trick today for Arsenal in a pumping pre-season win over Sevilla.
Rodri committing the foul here.
Salah's nearly in again. He's as frisky as you would expect. A man who's had his long-term future sorted out after a fair period of negotiation. Matic with the header. Bernardo Silva's still here. You mentioned Nathan Ake. There was talk about Bernardo Silva wanting to leave. Jordan Henderson having his say. Still, of course, a long period of the another month of available transfers, so there won't even be one or two changes from those who are on the team sheet here today. Before Salah, Bobby Firmino, outside Thiago. It wasn't the best ball. Scott had to check. Matic. John Matip had a very good season last season. He chipped in with a few goals as well. And he's got competition from Ibrahima Konate, who has also made great strides and is now a full international for France. And the subject of internationals, of course, will be a really hectic start to the domestic. Oh, a mistake nearly by Bernardo Silva. And then the majority of these players will be off to the World Cup. First season ever in the English game. There's been a mid-season break for a World Cup competition.
Well, in the Cup semi-final, FA Cup semi-final, not that long ago, Man City tried to play out from the back and got caught by Liverpool on several occasions. Mane scoring that goal when the goalkeeper dwelt on it far too long. Almost did exactly the same there with Bernardo Silva.
Different goalkeeper, but same problem. Here's De Bruyne. Oh, he's hit it well. Oh, he was reaching for it just to wrap his foot round it. The necessary amount was not easy.
The furthest forward here. That's past Fabinho. And Dyke's trying to get a block in and maybe got something on this. Yeah, did get something on it. He was trying to aim for the far post, Kevin De Bruyne.
His next job is to take the corner. Tall man in the middle. Cancelo in towards Ake. He's not particularly tall, but has a lovely natural spring. He's brought in goals in the past.
Well, against Bayern Munich in their last pre-season friendly, he was the target for all their set plays. As we mentioned, he's not particularly big, but he's got a good leap on him. Just didn't get the timing right on that occasion.
He has scored a couple of goals against Liverpool in his career. Watford and for Bournemouth. You mentioned Chelsea at the start. Of course, Chelsea was his first English club. They did have an option to re-sign him from Bournemouth, which they didn't take up, and now they need to spend a lot more money to get him back. Here's Firmino trying to set Robertson inside Walker. Van Dijk. Well to keep that in and find a man. Alexander-Arnold. forward by Thiago. Salah exploring in central avenues and then releasing it for Robertson. First time crosses on. And it was Luis Diaz who was trying to connect with it. Nice touch by De Bruyne. And here goes Haaland. Grealish, who set up the goal, if I'm not mistaken, in the USA for Erling Haaland.
He actually had one of his best games I've seen him play for Man City, the time he was on. Grealish did what he did at Aston Villa, went past people with the ball. Didn't see that much of it last year.
Well, it's often said when players join Pep Guardiola's system, it takes them a season to learn the philosophy, and usually better in their second campaign. And if that's the case with Grealish, the opposition better look out. Rodri, who scored on that final day, and come back to beat Aston Villa. Ilkay Gundogan, who got 2 of the 3, was on the bench. He didn't go to America for pre-season training and matches.
Just made his run a fraction too early. I think he wanted the ball played first time by Rodri.
Van Dijk. Thiago needed quick feet, and the feet were quick enough. The brain is always razor sharp. Salah has started very brightly. Henderson. A lot of space left for Robertson to come into, but the service to him has not been quite up to scratch so far. As we're still in July, I think you can forgive that. But, they set very high standards, these two.
And there has been a lot of space for Robertson to get forward, because it's something that Jurgen Klopp has been working on, but Diaz has made a lot of runs from outside to in. He's tried to break the offside line, because Man City are playing a high line, with those diagonal runs in between the centre-backs.
Ball given against Bernardo Silva. He is Darwin Núñez, who ripped up the Portuguese league last season and has already contributed a 4-goal substitute appearance for Liverpool.
When you look back at his goals last season, he came in all sorts of forms. He's good in the air, he's got a powerful strike on him, he can twist and turn in the box as well. He's a good addition to Jurgen Klopp's side.
Just got a glimpse of another new addition, Fabio Carvalho from Fulham. He's sitting left as we looked. It's Firmino, with the other number 9. Fabinho. The early territory with Liverpool. Caught in 2 minds. De Bruyne. Was a handball. Liverpool took the free kick too quickly or from the wrong place. Craig Pawson refereed the FA Cup final, which was the game that saw Liverpool qualify for this curtain raiser. The FA Cup winners of the previous season that beat Manchester City a year ago, Leicester City. Thiago dropping it for Salah. Alexander-Arnold coming around the back is Robertson. Ooh, and he went, either he got the header wrong or he went for goal.
I think he got caught in 2 minds there. Great delivery. One full-back to the other. That shows the intent of Liverpool. See, Walker's tucked in a long way with Firmino. Mahrez didn't